In the Math Twister Challenge, participants create a Mobius strip and explore its various properties. The Mobius strip is a fascinating, single-sided strip that has only one edge. It was first discovered by August Ferdinand Mobius, a German mathematician, in the 19th century, and it represents an example of a two-dimensional object in a three-dimensional world. Throughout the challenge, the participants use loops and variations of Mobius strips to explore the concept of orientability. The challenge has 4 difficulty levels: Beginner, Explorer, Navigator, and Trailblazer. All levels are closely related. They build on each other and are exploratory in nature. In some tasks, the participants are asked to reflect on the previous levels and use the elements of those tasks to assist them in the current one. The challenge starts with a brief discussion based on the questions: what makes something two-dimensional? And what makes something three-dimensional? Allow the participants to discuss the properties of 2D and 3D objects. The goal is for the participants to realize that the main difference is that the 2D objects have length and width, while 3D objects have an additional dimension, height. In the beginner level, the participants explore the main difference between an ordinary loop and a Mobius strip. By playing with these loops, the participants should discover that while the ordinary loop they have created has 2 sides, the Mobius strip has only one. In the Explorer level, the participants discover what happens when they cut in half the Mobius strip they created in the previous part. They then create another Mobius strip, this time including a full twist, rather than a half twist in its creation, and explore what happens when they cut it in half. In the Navigator level, the participants continue exploration of Mobius strips. This task is similar to the Explorer level task, but this time, the Mobius strip is cut 1/3 of the way from its edge, rather than halfway. The challenge ends with the Trailblazer level. In this task, the participants learn how to create interlocking loops and what happens when those are cut in half. The facilitator guide includes information about setting up the challenge, supporting questions, as well as common obstacles participants may encounter throughout the challenge. Some participants may struggle to follow the instructions for creating a Mobius strip and manipulating it to discover its properties. If the instructions are not correctly followed, the participants will not be able to observe those characteristics. It may be helpful to model some of the instructions so that the participants have a visual representation of what they are expected to do. In this document, you will also find the images of the objects resulting from manipulating Mobius strips at each level. Thank you for facilitating the Math Twister Challenge. We hope you have fun.